how was your personal experience with finding and validating the right product? And the student was kind of talking about, with our dog bandanas, how did you really decide on that product and validate it and decide to go forward with it? The student was referencing the Instagram poll I ran like a week ago where I said, like, what are you struggling most with? And I got a ton of great responses. And I shared them. And a lot of the responses were finding a product to sell, choosing the product, getting the product, finding the product. Like a lot of people struggle with that. And still a lot of people struggle with finding the right product to sell. And I talk about this a little bit on my podcast as far as like our experience with creating our brand and everything and dog bandanas and how that all came to be. But I truly believe, and I already said this on our call today, but I truly believe there is a big advantage selling products that you actually have some sort of interest or experience with. I just really, truly believe that. I do not think, I mean, I like to think that we're pretty smart, like me, my wife, my business partners, like we're pretty smart, business savvy. I mean, I got a business degree. I've done online business marketing. I like to think that I could be successful selling anything on Amazon, like any random product that like I don't really care about or relate with, that I could make money from it. But I also like to believe that we sell a lot more of this specific product because we know something about it and we're actually in that market. We own dogs, us and our business partners. We own a dog. We were hand sewing dog bandanas for our dog. Like that's how much we loved bandanas. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, like let's search Jungle Scout and find a product to sell on Amazon to make money. I'm not saying that's bad. Like I'm not trying to say like anyone who's in that boat is bad. It's not bad at all. But we weren't just like looking for random stuff and being like, oh, dog bandanas looks like a great market to get into. No, absolutely not. We came at it from the other angle, and both angles are fine. You can do that and go that angle. But we came at it of the angle of like, hey, we're hand sewing dog bandanas. We love our dog. We love putting bandanas on our dog. We feel like we can make a better dog bandana than what's out there for a better value, better price, and better branding. And we did it and we executed. Versus, like I said, the flip side is like, I want to sell fake succulents on Amazon. Like I have one. I don't really know much about succulents. I don't really care that much for them. I just have one, but it's just a totally different mindset. Like I don't really understand the mind of people who are in love with succulents. I just truly don't, because that's not me. I don't know what they're looking for in a succulent. I don't know what makes one better than the other, but with dog bandanas, I definitely do. And so that is a huge advantage. So that's why I recommend, and like the first part of the program, right, is like, what are you interested in? What are your hobbies? What do you have experience with? Because I truly think you have an extreme advantage selling products that you actually are interested in and know something about. I have a student in the program right now who came from another program, and it came from another Amazon course. They're already up and selling on Amazon. They've been selling for like 4 or 5 months, and they just barely joined my program. And their product that they're selling is great. It's a great product. Everything looks great. Listing, everything, photos, great. Social media looks great. But, kind of talking to them and talking through like the branding aspect, how you're going to increase sales, what's your plan for growth and everything. And like we've been talking recently about content, like for videos, for Instagram content. And we talk about what type of content they probably should create for their audience. Like what does their audience want to see? Remember going back to like knowing your audience, knowing what they want. And the type of content that they should be creating for their audience, in my opinion, is content that they're maybe not experienced with. Let me give an example. I actually was just looking at this the other day. If you have Instagram, you can go to Instagram and go to Sims Fishing. It's a fly fishing company. SIMMS, Sims Fishing. Here's where people fall into problems when it comes to promoting and building their brand and their content. They think to themselves, let's say you're selling picture frames, mouse pads, just like something basic like that. Mouse pads. Let's do mouse pads because we talked about that. Let's say you're starting a brand selling mouse pads. Who on this earth is going to follow an Instagram account of mouse pads? No one. No one wants to stare at mouse pads all day on their Instagram feed. So what type of content do people who buy mouse pads want to see on their Instagram feed? And we go back to the Sims Fishing. Like I have Sims Fishing pulled up right here. Sims Fishing sells fly fishing gear. But if you were to scroll through their feed, how many posts are actually like a straight product image? I am really not seeing any. All of their content is like legit lifestyle content, like a fish jumping out of the water and eating a bug. Like that's what I want to see. That's the type of content I'm here for. Is there anything in this video that has anything to do with the products that Sims sells? Nope. I didn't see one thing. I didn't see one thing in there that was like a product. Now, here's another one of a dude fishing. He's wearing a Sims shirt. So that's like subtle marketing of their product. But like fishing accounts, that's like the perfect example. Nobody wants to see pictures of your fishing pole 50,000 times on their feed. People who fish and buy your fishing pole, they want to see pictures of fish jumping out of the water eating dragonflies. So are you creating the actual content that people want to see? Now, for some markets, it's a little more straightforward. Like, for example, for dogs, we sell dog bandanas. People who buy dog bandanas and want to follow our account, guess what they want to see? They want to see pictures of cute dogs. So as long as we're posting pictures of cute dogs, we're golden. But for someone who sells picture frames, that might be a little bit trickier because people don't want to look at picture frames all day. But what do they want to look at? Maybe they want like DIY videos. Like maybe, let's say you're selling something in the kitchen, like you're selling, I don't know, spatulas. You're selling spatulas or wooden spoons on Amazon. Nobody wants to see pictures of your wooden spoons all over their Instagram feed. But people who use wooden spoons, what do they want to see? Maybe they want to see food pictures. Maybe they want to see recipes. Maybe they want to see tips and tricks. Like you have to create the content around what your audience actually wants to see. And this is all circling back to the philosophy of finding and validating the right product for you. All this is a factor. It's not just about, oh, Jungle Scout says this is a great product to sell because of the profitability and the competitors. No, 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 no. What type, you got to think about this long term. What type of content are you going to create for this brand? What type of products are you going to come out with? What does the customer really want? How are you going to be different? How are you going to really resonate with your target customer? What's missing that they really want? That's how you build a brand that surpasses the expectations. Like that's how you build a brand that, you know, you think I'm gonna sell mouse pads on Amazon and the data shows I should sell around 10 units a day. But by doing that, like by building the brand and truly connecting and understanding, that's how you surpass those expectations and you end up selling 100 mouse pads a day. Honestly, that's kind of what happened to us. Like if you were to do the product research for dog bandanas 3 years ago, it wasn't mind blowing. Like it'd be like 15,000 searches a month. No one really selling that well. Like, yeah, there was people selling and it was doing okay, but it wasn't like crushing it. No one on Amazon was selling over $100,000 a month of dog bandanas. And we sell $150,000, $180,000 a month of dog bandanas. We surpassed the expectations of what was selling on Amazon because we focused so hardcore on the brand aspect of it. And so, yeah, like just trying to wrap up and answer this question, I guess, is think bigger picture. Think bigger picture than just staring at Jungle Scout all day. Because I said this in a podcast episode a little while ago too. If you're only staring at products on Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or whatever software you want to use, you're staring at all the same opportunities that the other 800 sellers every day are staring at. Like, remember, we talked about 800 new sellers every day? Most of those people are doing exactly that. They're putting in filters, filtering by reviews and sales, and they're finding all the exact same products that everyone else is finding, and they're launching all the same generic products. And that's why 6 months later, you see 50,000 people selling car emergency window shattering tools and like all these other random things because everyone's just doing the same thing. No one is thinking outside of the box. No one is thinking of like, what do I actually know how to make that something better? How do I actually connect to a customer? Like, what do I know about them that's going to make them want to buy my thing over theirs? Like, people don't think about this. They're just trying to look for a quick buck and try to find the easiest, cheapest opportunity versus like, I'm actually going to do a little bit of work here and build a brand and actually connect with a customer and build something special long term. So that's my final piece of advice, I guess, is don't just stare at the Jungle Scout numbers. Think about the long term. Think about the customer. Think about how you can connect with them, how you can differentiate. And I know that probably the frustration you may be feeling right now is like, I can't differentiate. How the heck am I supposed to differentiate? Because there's a lot of products out there that you look at and you're like, I don't know how to make this any different than what's already out there. But I promise you, like the subtlest of differentiation can make the biggest impact. Like the smallest differentiation. Literally, we sell a flat piece of fabric. And our next product line, I'm actually going to show you guys. You're with me still on the call. I'm going to show you guys what our next product is launching here very soon. No one has ever seen this. We just placed our order for 2,500 units and we're about 40 days out. But again, this is a product that you're going to see what it is. But this is a product that's not groundbreaking. It's not like anything never before seen. It's something that sells very, very well on Amazon. A lot of people sell them, but we just made ours unique in the smallest of ways. This is going to be very like sneak peek. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, this is a picture that just came from our supplier. So I know you can't see like the full thing. It's kind of like I said, it's kind of like a teaser, but this is our second product line that we're about to launch, and this is the first variation of that product. So we've got multiple variations obviously coming out on the way, but yeah, that's our next product right there that we're going to be launching here very soon. So we've been working on the packaging aspect of it and all that good stuff. So again, like kind of just to go off the man, I just really don't know how to differentiate. The reason you don't know how to differentiate, this is going to be controversial, but the reason you don't know how to differentiate is because you don't truly know your product and your customer. Like the people who are like, I don't know how to make this product different, because you don't know the product. You don't know what the customer wants. Like if you're selling mouse pads and you're not in the mouse pad game, how are you going to, yeah, of course. Like let's say you want to sell this right here. How the heck do I differentiate this? How do I make this better? It's a pretty good mouse pad. The reason you don't know how to make better is because you don't know anything about mouse pads. That's the bottom line. You don't know the market you're selling to. You don't know what they want in a mouse pad. Do they want it thicker? Do they want it thinner? Do they want a different material? Do they want it bigger? You don't know that because you're not in that game. Now, you can try to ask people and survey, but there's something very different about you personally deeply understanding the customer that you're selling to and what they truly want and giving them what they want, which is how we've been able to come out with winners. Is we deeply know who we're selling to. We know exactly what they're looking for, and so we're able to deliver it to them, even if it's something like a dog bandana, piece of fabric, or a dog bowl, or a leash, or other random stuff. Really understanding what it is that you're selling and who you're selling to helps you just make subtle differences that make a huge impact on the customer. So